All right, so I want to give some love to LTCN, daily love. One of the guys on Discord was like, I'm waiting for my daily BCHG and LTCN video from Ethan. So I figured I covered BCH earlier this morning. I figured I'll pop one out for LTCN, talk about the possibilities of us getting potentially more than a 100x return. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, all that kind of stuff. So this is my last full day at the Grayscale Mansion. This is what it's been called by some people on Discord. So I figured, let me talk about the Grayscale funds. I'll be back here next month, but let me just talk today, especially about this stuff while I'm here. This special place, that Grayscale basically funded. So LTCN, what could it do? What could it really do? A top-end, high-end performance in the bull run. And this is just like me throwing out possibilities and numbers. I've got some numbers for you as to what it could do, when it could do it, and all that kind of stuff, and some of my thoughts. Now, I've said before, I think this crypto bull run could be the biggest one ever. And if we get the Bitcoin ETFs approved, which I'm hoping we will, we should see a large influx of money come into the system, which could change the equation for the positive for LTCN, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, BCHG, etc. So here's some price points if that we could hit a 150x or a 200x on the LTCN trust. So in a lot of the projections that I and others have talked about in the past, we're kind of using a Litecoin price of about $2,000, which is what Cesar from Cesar Gets Crypto thinks we could potentially get up to. So I'm going beyond that a little bit. I'm just making some assumptions like, well, what if we pop above 2,000 to like $2,500 or even $3,000 for Litecoin? If things really pop off, if things really get heated, if a lot of money comes in, Litecoin gets a lot of attention, what are the possibilities out there? Now, would I count on 150x or a 200x or even 100x? No. In the videos I put out, and just personally, I kind of assume that, a 50x return is a good, solid, stable possibility, right? 100x would be awesome, would be better. 150x would be better, even at 200x and 300x if we get it in BCHG. Wow, cool, but not guaranteed, definitely, and definitely outside of, I guess, a bound of what is a rational expectation for the Grayscale funds and how they're going to perform. So that's why I like to go with a 50x instead of higher numbers. But it's I want to throw some numbers out just to think about this stuff, because last bull run LTCN performed really well. We had very high premiums during several periods of the bull run, not consistently, but several periods, and it showed me that, wow, people are really interested in Litecoin and LTCN. And so if that happens again, if history repeats itself, we could see some very high premiums. And if we take the high premiums and we say, well, if the Litecoin price pops higher, what would reality look like? What would the returns look like? We could have bigger returns. So here's some examples. Let's say if Litecoin itself hits $2,500, $2,500 Litecoin price, and we were at an 11x premium at that point. Things were hot, and all the investors were like, Litecoin's going to take off and go to $5,000. We had an 11x premium at that $2,500 Litecoin price. We'd have 150x return on the LTCN trust. So that's 150x. We also have 150x if we were at a $3,000 Litecoin price and we had a 9x premium on the fund. So that's getting a little hot. But I think that's what we'd have if we had a $3,000 Litecoin price and a 9x premium. If people were thinking it was going to go up to Litecoin was going to go up to $4 grand, $5 grand, whatever. So again, a lot of this is driven by investor speculation, right? Investor expectations. That's what's going to drive the market in crypto. It's what's going to drive the premiums in Grayscale. That's what it's all about. Okay, so if we hit a $2,000 Litecoin price, which I think is pretty reasonable for us to expect, and we have a 19x premium, which is high, but it could indicate that investors think Litecoin's going to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. If we had a $2,000 price point for Litecoin and a 19x premium, that's a 200x move on LTCN Trust from where we are right now. Okay, or if we had a $2,500 light price or $2,500 Litecoin price and a 15x premium, that's also a 200x return. So possibilities. You know, we don't know what Litecoin's going to ultimately do. Litecoin could really go crazy if a lot of investors become interested in it. And this is one of the reasons, like, I'm really hoping for the Bitcoin ETFs to be approved, because we want this. We all want, everybody in the crypto space should want the Bitcoin ETFs. I mean, this is going to really benefit the crypto market big time, I think. So that's just my thoughts on it. And we could see major inflows of money, people getting interested in altcoins and looking at the OG coins like Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cello Lumens, etc. You know, that and that could pop the price higher than what we're expecting. So, like, for example, Charlie Lee, founder of Litecoin, he thought, you know, a reasonable expectation for Litecoin for this bull run is between $1,200 and $1,800. But he made that several months ago, before the Bitcoin ETFs were being discussed. So could be way higher than that. You know, could be twice that. You know, then we're looking at $2,400 to $3,600 Litecoin if we do twice that, twice his range. If we double what Cesar from Cesar Gets Crypto thinks, you know, maybe up to 4,000. Who knows? Ultimately, a lot of this is conjecture. Do not count on these kind of returns. They're nice to have if you get them, but don't count on them. Like, they're high, right? They're high. I think this is why, like, the margin of safety, it's like why I just kind of assume, like, if we can do a 50x return. And I think that's reasonable, given kind of where we're at and what the space is like in cryptocurrency in general and what's kind of coming our way with all that stuff. And the 100x returns and the 200x returns would be awesome if we get them, but definitely I would say do not count on them. Like, definitely don't count on them. That's just you know, treat that as gravy. Like, if we get those, that would be amazing. Hopefully we do. I'm hoping we do, because it means it's going to be an amazing bull run, but don't count on the high premiums. But anyway, those are examples of how LTCN could get to a 150x or a 200x premium, or not a premium, return. So just some different ideas. All right, if you have any questions, suggestions, you want to get invested in Grayscale products, you want to learn more about LTCN or any of that kind of stuff, definitely check out the Discord server. There's a link in the pin description. We have over 1,200 users now from all around the world. We've been growing pretty fast. And, you know, we talk about dividend investing, Grayscale investing, crypto investing, all that kind of stuff. So definitely check that out. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, you guys take care.